After years of us asking,
Hey man, where the f is Mario Judah?
out of nowhere, Mario Judah has suddenly returned. But it honestly feels like nobody cares.
A lot of people are assuming. That's gotta be racist. There's no way.
Back in 2020, Mario Judah was everywhere. With his genre-bending hit Die Very Rough, his viral social media antics, and his successful attempt to recreate Playboi Carti's Whole Lotta Red, you literally could not escape his face online. However, today though, it's the complete opposite. So, what happened? Well, as we're about to see, after disappearing for years due to chaos behind the scenes, thanks to some added insight from his ex-manager on my channel, the truth behind Mario Judah's downfall is actually far darker than most people realize. Still to this day, it blows my mind at just how fast Mario Judah was able to fumble his entire momentum, going from millions of streams and Rolling Loud, to now having to sell beats as low as $50. However, according to this guy J Law, aka One Room Media, who is Mario's former manager and has played a massive role in his come-up, if you believe J Law's side of the story, everything makes perfect sense.
Do you think he regrets it?
He has to.
Yeah.
He has to, because not only is he locked up in somebody else's bullshit, now he's at the mercy of those people until it's gone.
After getting swallowed up whole by the industry, Mario Judah is now left releasing singles through DistroKid, to a much smaller audience. And along with also showcasing his much smaller body, the truth is though, this isn't even Mario Judah's first failed attempt at a comeback. Mario Judah's rise to fame was nothing short of bizarre. In fact, artists around the globe work entire careers and never sniff close to what Mario accomplished with only his second song. Following years of strictly making beats and producing to very little success, thanks to some advice from his parents, Mario knew he had to switch things up.
I started off making beats and being a producer only. And that's all I ever really wanted to do, was just be that. Someone was like, you know what, you should start songwriting and, you know, making hooks and everything like that. And I didn't want to do it. Then I was like, you know what, all right, I'll try it. Actually, Die Very Rough was just a hook, a record that I wrote that I was gonna just give to somebody.
Although Mario originally tended to give the track away, there is no doubt he made the right decision, as only his second song ever released to SoundCloud came Mario Judah's new genre-bending single Die Very Rough in June of 2020. And as we can see, not only did Mario write and record the song, but he also produced it as well as mixed and engineered, which is very impressive. And from there, his life was never the same. However, prior to the entire internet catching on to the song with countless memes and jokes, when Die Very Rough sat at only its first few thousand streams, one of those was actually this guy named Jamie, aka J Law. As the owner of a Maryland-based production company called One Room Media, the same brand which also played a major part in the rise of Lil Skies, J Law first came across Mario Judah while browsing a small artist promotion page. And with his keen ear for discovering upcoming talent, J Law then decided to reach out to Mario over DM. Yet he didn't stop there. Offering to shoot a free music video for Mario Judah if he could make his way out to Maryland, soon enough, Mario was on a flight, and the beginning of what seemed like a lifelong friendship had formed.
You here at One Room Media, and we really appreciate this. You making a couple old guys' dreams come true, my friend.
It's a blessing, you know? Thank you.
Let's get into the backstory how me and you met. Yeah. None of his songs were all under 1,000, right? You had a couple joints out.
Right.
So I reach out to him and I'm like, listen, man, where are you from? He's from Atlanta.
Atlanta, Georgia, man.
And I said, is there any way you can come up here to Maryland? Because like we'll shoot music videos, we'll record songs, whatever it is for free. I want to with you now.
Right.
Like, I see it before anybody else does. How do we get you up into Maryland and make this shit happen?
Following through on his offer, J Law and One Room Media would then film and direct a free music video for Mario Judah, the soon-to-be viral Die Very Rough, along with then pumping out various other types of content together showcasing Mario and his musical talent, with Mario at one point even sleeping on J Law's couch in the studio for 7 straight weeks. This was the point though when everything exploded. Within 3 months of their music video's release, Die Very Rough had racked up over 10 million plays on YouTube alone, drawing comparisons to a Disney villain. Thanks to his over-the-top delivery and unique image, this dude with red hair wasn't just going viral, he was becoming a meme, a spectacle, and a breakout star all at once. Thus, it only made sense for J Law to then take over as Mario Judah's first manager.
Trying to figure out what my music is and what I'm creating, this is what I've gathered. I'm not a rapper, for one. What I'm doing isn't a rap flow. It is a heavy metal / rock flow.
As the experienced businessman he is, J Law made sure that he signed a physical contract with Mario Judah. Allegedly, the agreement was that J Law would receive 25% of Mario's total revenue. However, it wasn't long before everything changed. But just before their messy split went down, Mario Judah had a few more viral moments in store. Combined with releasing a cover remix of DaBaby's song Rockstar in October of 2020, that same month also saw Mario perform during the Rolling Loud virtual festival.
One question. Where the f*** is Mario Judah, man? Where is he? You see him?
What's up, chat?
You see him?
And although the whole thing was incredibly cringe, but I guess necessary due to the pandemic at the time, Mario Judah was the clear standout of the event, going viral multiple times.
So, explain this. This is one question I got for you. When you say nigga, a lot of people are assuming... Nigga! That's gotta be racist. There's no way. I'm gonna just keep it real. There's no way that is like of our culture. It's like you're saying it you're saying it with the long R.
Nah, Mario Judah is the most entertaining dude on the internet for real, tweeted Boy Wanda. In addition to other cosigns flooding in from mainstream rappers such as Trippie Redd, Denzel Curry, and Lil Uzi Vert, who even labeled Mario Judah as his favorite new artist on Twitter.
That just lets me know, like, so imagine one of your favorite artists just even knowing that you exist.
Despite becoming one of the hottest and most buzzed about new artists of 2020 though, little did any of us know this would go down as the peak of Mario Judah's success. And as it turns out, it was Mario's next move which proved to be his biggest mistake. The music industry can be an extremely cutthroat business, and unfortunately Mario Judah is yet another victim. Because despite his newfound viral fame, this is where he fell into music's deadliest trap. Y'all don't realize that when you sign a record deal without your own lawyer or people that actually care for you, you give away parts of your life without realizing it, typed J Law through the One Room Media account. In this comment on one of my previous videos about Mario Judah on my channel, he needed that quick buck, which wasn't even that much after taxes. This wasn't my first rodeo. These kids sign bad deals and they sign shit thinking they can continue to do whatever they want. Those folks own him, and most likely will for 5 to 10 years. Continuing on to reveal more surprising behind-the-scenes insight that we'll get into in a sec, according to his ex-manager J Law's side of the story, after riding hot off their mainstream smash Die Very Rough, Mario Judah had just about every record label racing to sign him.
Yeah! Let's go!
Need that.
However, again with his past industry experience, and knowing how shady record labels can be, J Law knew Mario Judah was worth more than what was being offered. So, after advising him to turn down these low-ball deals, at first Mario listened. But that was until one specific night, when a new offer came in that Mario couldn't refuse.
The best offer we got was from one of the many branches at Atlantic, because there's tons of them. It was $100,000, promised that Cole Bennett would shoot a video and Ski Mask the Slump God would get on the Die Very Rough remix. When he dug into it, it was actually 80-20 in their favor for 5 years, because that's how long this deal was. It was for 5 years.
$100,000 for a 5-year deal, plus a promise to work with Cole Bennett and Ski Mask the Slump God, was the agreement from Atlantic Records that Mario Judah decided on in 2020. But hold on, 5 years later from 2020 is here in 2025. So does that mean Mario Judah is finally free from his bad record deal? Well, prior to finally putting out 2 new singles this year to very mixed reviews, back in 2020 though, Mario Judah could not say no to Atlantic, nor did he even have the nerve to say anything to his manager.
Jamie told him to pass on this deal and Mario listened, but then the next morning Mario was gone. He secretly left in the middle of the night and never spoke to Jamie again.
And then Mario was ghost the next day. I had left that night, came back the next morning, and he was gone. So
Just never said a word, like actually something out of a movie pretty much, like just left.
Never said a word. The next time I saw him, he must have been in a hotel in Hollywood. We literally caught these guys not telling us the truth, and that's where he ended up.
Without speaking to J Law, that same night, Mario hopped on a flight to LA, and the rest was history. Because, again, as Jamie tells it, Mario, quote, needed that quick buck. Which $100K after taxes would only be about $75,000. And I say only, but like J Law also advised him, an artist as hot as Mario Judah was worth way more than $75K.
He must have needed that money really, really bad, and he should have said something, because if he needed money that bad, we would have gave it to him. Like, if he needed some money to live and eat and just kind of get by until that, like, we would have done that. We were in a position to do that. You know, it's weird because I've reached out to him many times, man, and there's zero response, which is crazy because me and him never had any, like, big beef.
Throughout this entire time, J-Law was left in the dark. But again, remember he had already signed Mario under a previous contract. Therefore, J-Law had to be bought out, which he would soon do. Now, as some of you may know, Atlantic Records has a reputation of being one of the worst record labels to sign to, especially when it comes to artists being frustrated. However, the truth is though, once you sign on that dotted line, labels truly couldn't care less. You are theirs to own. But in the case here of Mario Judah, along with never receiving a Cole Bennett and Lyrical Lemonade directed music video, which would have been huge, nor a feature from Ski Mask the Slump God like he was initially promised by Atlantic, unfortunately, that's not even the worst part.
But yeah, was a super die-hard Cardi fan. For the people who don't know, yeah, loved Cardi a lot, still do, you know?
If you ask Mario Judah, he will tell you that he is and always has been a massive fan of Playboi Carti. However, on the other hand, J-Law tells us the exact opposite. They used him to hype up Carti. He don't even like Carti, all fabricated by the folks who signed him. After secretly signing his record deal behind his manager's back, Mario Judah's first move under Atlantic was quite unexpected, as rather than capitalizing on his attention from Die Very Rough, focusing on himself and locking in on his own debut studio album to showcase his talent, instead, Mario Judah chose to take the meme route.
Drop Whole Lotta Red before December 6th, bro. Before December 6th. Drop Whole Lotta Red. If it is not dropped, I will drop it for you. I will make an entire album sounding exactly like you. Just give back to the world the album that we need, that we've been needing for 2 years. I will drop it for you, bro.
Back at this time in 2020, Playboi Carti had been continuously teasing and hyping up the release of his new album, Whole Lotta Red. And at least, as he says, being the big Carti fan he is, Mario Judah decided to take it upon himself and threaten Carti to drop his album.
This is exactly how we're gonna do it, alright? If you don't drop Whole Lotta Red, I'm gonna do it for you, bro. I'm gonna do it, listen. I'm gonna drop Whole Lotta Red for you, bro.
It's Mario Judah.
Let's go!
Announcing that if there was no album by December 6th, then Mario would release his own version recreated in that signature style, but December 6th would pass with still no album from Carti. However, Mario Judah though stuck to his word, releasing first a fire new single titled Big Yeah, which like all of his music he produced, mixed, engineered, recorded, and wrote, but he didn't stop there.
I can't believe he really did this, bruh. And the worst part is it's actually fire.
Okay, Carti, Mario tweeted a day later. So December 11th, right? Bet you have 4 days left. Mario watched as his threat again fell flat. But instead of Carti's album, fans were met with Mario Judah's full version of Whole Lotta Red under the same exact name, at a short 8 minutes long, and released under Atlantic Records. In the moment, at least, it honestly seemed like this strategy was paying off, as by attaching himself to one of the biggest rappers in the Whole Lotta Red rollout, Mario Judah was also gaining fans in the process. However, that success was very short-lived. Immediately after Playboi Carti's real album released on Christmas of 2020, the internet began viewing Mario's antics much differently, and combined with also saying this on Instagram,
But he let us down with a very, very, very terrible album, in fact. And I'm upset.
It all just kinda turned fans away, and they started viewing him more as a gimmick type of rapper. Even today, with the majority of Mario's top streamed songs still being either recreations of Whole Lotta Red, or covers like his DaBaby one, that is not a good look when you're trying to establish yourself as your own artist. But while you may be thinking the situation already seems bad, things were about to get so much worse. Only 3 weeks later in January of 2021, Mario Judah found himself going viral yet again. But not for good reason at all. Although it's unclear exactly what possessed him to do this, one random night Mario decided to go live on Instagram during what appeared to be a very intense moment, when he pulled up on his girlfriend cheating, then got out the car and did this.
I know that's not her, bro. Oh, God, that's not her, bro. Keep going, bro. Don't stop, bro. Keep going. Move, go. Oh, stop the car, bro. Stop the car. Hell no, bro. You serious? This right here, what the Are you serious, bro? What's up with this bitch, bro? Mario! Man, get your back in the car. Bro, what the did you do? What the You got too much going on, bro. What the fuck did you do? You know, I'm gonna go do some more to her. What the
For whatever reason, Mario Judah thought it'd be a good idea to stream this. But after the clip made its rounds all over the internet, Mario would then come out and say this. attempting to save his reputation.
I take things to a different level, and I figured, you know what? I'm going to act out a situation, point of view, and so that it could hit everybody, and they can think that everything is real, and that everything is happening, so that everybody can be sad about it and be like, oh my God, what's going on? And then hit them with the message. The message being, you don't cheat, because things like this can happen.
As he tells it, Mario pulled this stunt to show people things like this can actually happen. But to be honest, even if it was staged, that is still the worst stunt I've ever seen. And according to J-Law's comment on my channel, dude's never had a girlfriend in his life. Again, all fabricated by the folks who signed him. However, with his online reputation collapsing, just a few weeks later, Mario Judah was again right back in headlines. This time trending #1 on Twitter for a video which surfaced allegedly showing him getting paid. I'm obviously not going to play you guys the video, and it was largely believed to be fake, but regardless though, that's still not the best look for you as a rapper. And after this super rough stretch of about a month there for him, Mario Judah's next move was to go ghost. Another reason he totally lost his hype, he just didn't release enough music or capitalize on his virality. For more proof of this, we can also look to Mario Judah's Miss the Rage remix in 2021. If you can remember, ever since Trippie Redd played this iconic snippet of his track Miss the Rage, Miss the Rage quickly became one of the most anticipated songs of the year. However, even to this day, it's instead Mario Judah's remix version which many fans still prefer. Following a snippet of Mario's vocals hitting the internet and then blowing up, it was widely speculated he would replace Playboi Carti on the song's official release. But despite Trippie himself even playing Mario's version on Instagram, obviously Mario Judah was not featured on Miss the Rage. Such a huge missed opportunity. One of the top comments reads, "This track is so good. This would have established Mario Judah as a legit artist." Missing out on Miss the Rage, we didn't hear from Mario Judah then for the next 6 months, which resulted in, when he tried to come back, a new single titled Remember Your Name and Afraid of Love in 2022. However, by this point, was it too late? Well, if you thought 6 months was a long break to take as an artist, what happened next destroyed Mario's momentum forever.
Yo, it's Mario Judah, and I'm about to release the NFT project later this month. Go Rockstar Ragers! Yeah!
Besides randomly popping up with a sketchy Rockstar Ragers NFT, which I think goes without saying, please never buy an NFT from a rapper. After going the entire next year of 2023 without releasing a single new song, Mario Judah would finally return in 2024. As, in a strange turn of events, out of nowhere, Mario would take to Instagram and announce that if his latest post hit 10,000 comments, he would drop new music. His post quickly hit 10K, and he actually stuck to his word, dropping his first new music for fans in over 2 years. And as for his reason why, Endure Out Now, new 7-song EP, typed Mario in a since deleted Instagram post, "This is a diss to my old self. I was lost in the darkness when I first came out, but the light found me. And that light is Jesus Christ. Give him a try and I promise he won't fail you. All glory to Jesus Christ." Released with zero announcement and zero promo, this short 7-track EP marked Mario Judah's first project since 2020's Whole Lotta Red, as well as his first since finding himself spiritually.
Alright, yo. Got something to say. I know it's been a while, but just want to let y'all know, man, that Jesus Christ loves y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Jesus, for saving me, you know, for blessing me with a platform that I can now be able to help others who are in need, who need help.
As we can see here under the project's official credits, Endure was released via Sumerian Records, and not Atlantic. But if we look here at Sumerian's website, today Mario Judah is not listed under their artists, so it appeared to just be a one-project type of deal. Whatever the case though, there is no denying this project flopped, and don't feel like you're alone if you had no idea it even existed. But did Mario Judah even care? Well, following its release, Mario would then go ghost for another year, which, especially given how fast today's music industry moves, was another terrible decision. However, while all hope seemed lost, after over 3 years of posting no new music to his YouTube channel, out of nowhere we saw Mario Judah randomly return again in March of 2025, with a new single, Love You Anymore.
I might. Come on. Yes, I might. Yo, man,
he's on to something with this sound.
No, I ain't gonna lie, I like it. I mean, I like it a little bit. That nigga got hella weight.
He ain't as thick. Bro lost some weight. Gotta stay healthy, bro. He really slimmed down. Sorry, I'm getting distracted.
They're still saying, where's Mario?
Oh, he just came back the other day. And he came back skinny, so now I might have to hit the gym just to kind of stay on his level. Man lost like 75 pounds, man. He's looking good now. He's looking clean.
Also gaining attention too thanks to Mario's impressive weight loss and slimmer figure, the music video currently sits at 3 million views. Now, how many of those views are fake, we aren't sure, but also released onto all streaming platforms. This time though, as we can see here, Love You Anymore was released via Mario Judah 979261 Records DK2, which means it was released independently through DistroKid, a free website anyone can use to upload music. But in addition to coincidentally releasing just 11 days before Playboi Carti returned with his new album, leading some to theorize Mario was the reason we got music, only 1 month later though, Mario Judah was back again. Of course, entirely produced by him like always, fans were greeted with another surprise single, Never Again, in April. However, as the chorus itself reads, "Never again I have said my goodbyes," is this line true about Mario Judah's time in the rap game? Has he said his final goodbyes? Or is there any chance at all for a comeback? The only way he makes a comeback is with me in his corner, concludes J-Law's comment on my channel. The industry just wanted to use him. I did what I did with great intentions and a genuine love and respect for him. But when you take advantage of good folks, you get taken advantage of by bad folks. Karma is a mother. Unfortunately, Mario Judah is just another victim of the industry. After signing a terrible record deal and then basing his entire image around a gimmick, it is no surprise that his monthly listeners continue to plummet. However, with still a loyal fanbase and that knack to go viral, who knows what can happen next.